This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show.
So, alright, who are you?
Hi everybody, my name's Sam!
I'm Jitsu. I'm Duke.
And today we're talking about the My Hero Academia movie, Two Heroes, even though it's the first movie.
Okay, I'm gonna say that right now. When
What?
it comes to these movies, that is honestly my biggest problem when it comes to the first two movies. Because the first
The
movie...
names. My Hero Academia, terrible name for a movie.
Terrible name. So, Two Heroes. Tell me, what's the plot of this movie? It's all of them rising. You know, it's all of them getting stronger, rising.
And getting stronger.
What's the second one about?
What?
It's about Bakugo and Deku.
We already skipped
Two heroes.
We already skipped to the second movie? What the hell?
But think about that for a second. The first movie is all the heroes rising, you know, getting stronger. And then the second movie is the one where it's two heroes.
Jitsu, stop looking at pictures of your cat!
He's so bad!
That's where our minds are at.
I'm making this my wallpaper. Hold on.
Making it your wallpaper? Holy shit.
In all fairness.
No, the One Piece one, it's going away!
I was going to say, in all fairness, it's always fun to have a pet for a background.
Wait a minute.
Mine, I got Jack having a chokehold on Mo.
Meanwhile, mine is not
Look
bad.
at the big old face on him. The chokehold.
It's a literal chokehold that I've ever seen for a dog.
And he's smiling.
No, it's the get off me or else I will rip your head off. Jitsu. Look at it. And your front camera makes it look like an eyeball. Like it's his eye.
No, his eyes are closed.
Okay, so
this movie is improperly named, but in a
it should be named My Hero Pets, obviously, because we're talking about pets right now.
What? Why? What? No. Donald?
Pets. So anyway, not spoiler thoughts of this movie. It's got a lot of problems, but hey, it's fun.
It's got one big problem, but it's still a fun watch. When you are actually like paying attention to the story, it definitely makes you go, "Wait a second, why?"
It's one of those few movies where like you don't need to go too critical to understand there's some things wrong. There's some things wrong.
But the fight at the end is fun.
Yeah.
It is good. And it's a very well animated and
It should have been a field trip.
like you don't feel like whipped around and you feel lost at all in the fight.
Should have been a field trip.
It should have been.
I'm getting that out of the way right now.
Just stop looking at faces on bodies.
You mean bodies on a face?
That's exactly what I said. I'm gaslighting you. Unsuccessfully.
How unsettling is that for you?
Man, I wonder
Is
if
that Junji?
Is that in
Oh.
Chainsaw Man?
No,
No, is that Junji?
no. I actually don't know. Someone else did this.
So anyway,
Please.
I'm looking
Okay.
at art.
Stop looking at that art.
to describe this movie as bare bones as possible, go to Tech Island. There are terrorists. All Might fight terrorists. All Might win.
But here's the thing.
That's the plot.
But here's the thing. Is that we kind of got to explain a little bit more.
Okay. All Might goes on a trip with his protege Deku to a scientific island
into
in
Universal
order
Studios.
to go visit his friend, Davis Shield. Which I'm going to be 100%. I'm not making the joke because of I actually believe in the ship. No, I make the joke because Chris Sabat has made the joke about.
The very same voice actor who voiced the character.
There's the bloopers for My Hero in which it's Chris Sabat. Like the majority of him messing up his lines are when it comes to the movie character David. Just like there's this one scene of just like David on the TV, and you got Midnight and Cementos, right?
I think it was Mentos.
Yeah, Cementos, just like, wow, that David Shield friend of yours, isn't that interesting? And then you see All Might. Dave. And then later on, when he goes to check his computer, oh, that's right, I got an email. Is it from Dave?
It'd be from my bully. There's a lot of bromances in this movie.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bromances.
which did not help the internet. Yeah, that's another thing about this movie that people would probably have problems with. This was fuel. This
fueled a lot of ships.
This was a match on a pyre that was the My Hero fandom, and yeah, it caused our current problems.
This is the equivalent of the Sonic Twitter tweeting everything is canon.
Yeah,
It
really is.
That is what this movie does for a lot of the fandom.
Also, it's a possibility this movie is canon. Yeah,
The fact that that's the thing too. Whenever like shows like specifically anime have movies, and it's just like, oh great, now it begins the discussion: is this actually canon or not?
yeah, no, because
But then there's Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. That's just kind of we make movies now.
yeah, no,
they
those,
just hey, we made a movie.
These are the stories now.
We made it pretty. Go look it up.
Dragon Ball
check it
movies
out.
are now canon, and I do appreciate that. Like, they're going the full mile of it matters, versus this one where it's like, let's have some fun.
It's so ambiguous enough where it's just like, we won, and everyone is kind of stronger. Don't worry. Don't ask about it in the next season. Don't bring it up.
I remember Grant Smith from TFS was actually one of the people to mention it. There's a theory when it comes to Toho, right? Was the one that made this movie?
They produced it.
Or basically just the My Hero movies. When it comes to the My Hero movies, there's this idea that it's possible that what they do is they grab an idea for the show that they will not be able to do, and then they do that for the movies.
Oh!
So, like, the idea behind this movie being All Might and Deku team up.
Oh, yeah. Because
that never happens in the show.
Yeah, it never actually happens, yeah.
Yeah.
But what they're making, that's such a good fight in Dark Souls 3. That's such a good fight.
Oh wow, this isn't Dark Souls.
It is Dark Souls.
They totally ripped the armor design from Berserk.
Yes. You know what the armor's called? Dragon Slayer.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It's like if someone like there was the skeleton guy, there's Guts with the wolf one. It's like if that armor went to someone and they had dragon themed.
Okay. Opening sequence, we get whole thing where it's All Might in America, like in his early days, where we get to see his whole setup of how he got his suit, how he was first getting his name shared around, and it's just a generally well animated scene, just nice and fun.
He's getting his
just
catchphrase.
prime
I'm
All Might.
approaching.
I am approaching.
I'm coming.
I'm coming. That doesn't work.
That doesn't roll off the tongue.
I am
The
here.
Americans keep acting weird whenever I say that.
Anytime we see anything,
The Japanese keep acting weird when I say I'm jizzing.
because I'm not. I'm arriving.
That too blunt?
I'm
climaxing.
I came.
I came. I saw. I was satisfied.
I'm coming. I came. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like hearing that in the distance. I am coming. I am coming. I am coming. I came.
Like the TFS. The TFS. Mine.
So yeah, we get that opening sequence where we get to see it is a guy named Dave Shield who is tech whiz who made All Might's suit and has done a bunch of other things like make a car, all this stuff, and in the future has a tech empire.
He's the Tony Stark, but didn't want to be a superhero. Tony Stark.
Yeah, well, it's Bill Gates. It's what it's
Definitely
supposed
didn't choose to become a superhero.
Yeah.
Well, the Dave's shield just is supposed to be that whole thing of like rich guy who had a lot of whole technology stuff.
Batman.
Whole thing.
Batman.
But basically what happens is All Might decides he wants to go visit his friend. He gets invited by his friend's daughter, Melissa.
Best
And
character.
Yeah. And so he takes Deku to go check out the island, which was Island is the name of it. Yeah, reminder, that's the name of it. Island.
I hate it when they do.
Drawing.
Island. But
I don't rewatch part 2.
yeah,
For real.
That's like the only one I will rewatch.
I'd probably rewatch part 5.
Shut up.
Yeah, but
Stop speaking about that one.
so
Part 5.
I would read
Not part
part
2.
1. I would want to read part 1.
Yeah.
The
right.
number's different.
Anyway, we get a whole thing where they go on the island. They get to meet the Shield family, father, daughter, and
yeah, and it's just like, man, I wish your mother could have seen you, but unfortunately she's dead.
your mother's dead.
Did
Your mother's
Did
dead.
we exposit it correctly enough? No.
You have no quirk. So yeah, we get to meet
You have no
we get
quirk.
to meet the Shields. Dave goes off to talk with All Might about the fact that All Might's losing his quirk because of, the whole thing of giving it to Deku. All Might, for some reason, doesn't mention that ever
Doesn't
to
tell
him.
him.
And meanwhile, there's a whole montage of Deku hanging out with Melissa and collecting his classmates
Yeah,
like a fucking Pokemon trainer.
yeah, it's not a field trip, and it's the super exclusive like resort island thing, and somehow like
They give 30 excuses for why different characters are on this island.
instead of literally just changing it and being like, hey, we're all here because it's a field trip, because this is a superhero themed like place where a bunch of heroes are. Why isn't the best first year class like been invited or something like that? No, they have to
Literally-
get job. Someone has to be invited because their family's big. Someone got invited because they won the sports festival. Someone got invited because their father didn't want to show up.
+1, +1, +1, +1, +1. That's literally the movie.
That's the motivation.
But, no, to mention as well, the other 2 movies that we get to watch in the future, the first one is basically a field trip of, you guys get to watch this island and protect it from villains, as if you were real heroes. Cool. The next movie is even more like, it's work study. You're just doing your work study. That's the setup. That's the reason why all these people are in these different areas. This one could have done field trip, but they were like, no, we gotta make it more complicated.
We gotta give everyone
weird.
an individual reason, because that develops them individually while also making us very upset about it.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody meets up together. You got Bakugo and Kirishima having their broship going on screen. And once again, this is the movie that fuels the fire. It fuels the fire.
It fuels every fire that you're afraid of whenever you whenever you look at any fandom for any anime. This is the catalyst for the My Hero fandom.
This is the movie that the people that make jokes about the fandom are making jokes of, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Because, like, whenever you see a character interact on screen, understand, that is the point for somebody when they went, Kapai!
They're standing next to each other!
Bakugo did a thing next to Uraraka. They want to be together.
He saved his friend's life!
I thought it was really hot how Bakugo screamed in Deku's face and spit all over his face.
And told him to
They
kill
must be in
himself.
love.
Told him to kill himself.
That must mean that he likes him.
It's funny that this is the continuation from your last question at the end of the My Hero Season 2 review.
I respectfully decline this joke.
The continuation of just like, yes, here's the fuel to the fire. Your question, why they gotta make it gay?
Why?
But no, it was your question basically of like, why do they have to force relationships of all these different characters and
Why
say
in
like
this-
they're all couples, they're all couples?
Why does everyone have to be a couple?
Yeah.
Where's the motivation in the show to do this, while literally that doesn't happen at all?
Literally just yesterday saw a comment from somebody on Twitter saying, man, I can't wait for the chapter where Uraraka and Deku express their feelings for each other, and then Horikoshi gets death threats.
Oh god.
Because it's gonna happen.
It
It's
happened.
gonna happen.
It happened in the manga, but it hasn't happened in the anime yet. So the people that are that vicious about it haven't seen anything about it yet because they don't read the manga.
Manga readers are even more vicious, dude. They're even more vicious.
Oh.
Dude, they had a whole freak out because of the fact that there was a doctor that it just happened to be named after a, like, quote unquote, was named after a torture method.
Oh god.
Yeah, and they started saying, like, Horikoshi's an evil person!
I'm gonna keep reading.
Cancel his series!
I'm gonna keep reading.
Yeah.
I'm cancel his series. Series gets canceled. Why can't I see more of it?
You know what's also stupid?
What?
There was one time of the fan base had a massive freak out because the birthday of, I think, Bakugo is the same as the birthday of a certain Austrian painter.
Why how do people, like, know this and then care?
I don't know. It's just, they're weird. These weird, like, kind of fans are just weird.
You hear that, Jinzu? That Bakugo shares the same birthday as a certain mustachioed painter?
Mustachioed Austrian
Failed.
painter?
He would be very good at moving people in a speech.
Kill yourself!
But yeah, no, it's this felt like fuel to the fire. Anyway, yeah, Deku Kacha manages to capture all his rivals, and
Capture
they
the bad
prepare
guys.
to go to a party. But meanwhile, in the background, the shadows move, and as it's terrorists. There are literal terrorists on the island.
And they have this weird technology that's able to capture All Might, and it's never brought back up again.
Yeah, everybody goes to the party, gets ready to go on and do their thing.
You're not invited anymore!
Oh yeah, a bit earlier we got Deku, who went off with Melissa and got gifted something very nice. It was just a gauntlet.
It was protection.
He was gifted protection.
But unfortunately it went on his arm, so she was basically telling him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Super go fuck yourself!
You can use it 3 times. Now go shove it up your ass.
Shove it up your ugly ass! Home of challenge pissing. That means if you can piss 15 feet in the air without getting wet, you'll get no down payment.
So anyway, what ends up happening is they go to the party, and while they're in the main lobby, all the kids are in the main lobby. Lockdown happens because the terrorists show up and
Take over the security
take
system.
over the security system. They take over the main party room where All Might and Dave Shield are, and begin their master plan of heading to
get the thing.
And
That's what a lot of movies are, where it's just like we can't explain their motivations like as deeply as we can in the show. They just want it. They want this.
yeah, that's all anime movies at this point. Of, like, that's a lot of anime movies, unfortunately. Of when it comes to even the main 3 My Hero movies, it is we have to get the device that does the thing. The next one, we have to get the blood that does the thing. And then the last one, where it's like we have to get the kid who has the thing.
Yep.
That's what the 3 movies are.
That's the fastest way to explain anything. Just get it.
Get the thing. And so we get a whole thing of the kids making their way up to try to save Melissa's dad, and the entire time losing friends as they're having to stay back and stop robots and stop more terrorists. And meanwhile,
They keep fighting terrorists. Why is there always terrorists following around these group of children? Nondescript terrorists. What the hell?
looking at you, Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone started all this. Home Alone was the first shonen.
No, you know what one of the first things where it was like a child having to face off against terrorists. You got Bucky for Captain America because he was a kid when he first appeared.
Oh no, I just thought of something else.
What?
King Kong as an isekai.
He gets taken to another world. Yeah, actually, yeah. That's factual statement. Yeah.
And then instantly the women fall in love with him.
Collects a harem. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
Just waiting for the sequel where he wakes up in the afterlife, but it's actually another world. And then he goes,
In another world, but I'm King Kong.
but in another world, but I'm King Kong. Would you read that, Jinsu? I'm in another world, but I'm King Kong. It's King Kong isekai'd.
What the fuck?
Thanks you for joining us, Jinsu.
His rival is Godzilla, who also somehow died and went to another world
Gojira.
full of titties.
Gojira.
Godzilla.
Can you imagine? It's
God
like
Lizzo.
oh,
Oh, wait, that's actually such a good joke. God Lizzo.
Yo, it's me, Galizzo. That's like it's like the same thing happening with the. I mean, it's like when Snoop Dogg tried renaming himself Snoop Lion. Same situation.
I was gonna say. I just imagine now that
trying to name himself Snoop Lion.
I don't remember. It was a weird thing.
imagine the isekai, but they're like all like it's Godzilla and King Kong like shrank almost to the size of the other people, or everybody else is increased in size. So it's just
No, it's
I was
completely
isekai'd
unchanged.
I was isekai'd into a kaiju world.
No,
But they're all anime girls that are kaiju sized.
no, it's completely unchanged. So it's just like regular sized people, and they're like, "You're so stupid, King Kong," and he just goes.
In all fairness, imagine how much scarier it is of King Kong's freak out of, why is big titty lady size of me?
You know what the first thing he would do? Finally, where's a blonde one?
Reincarnated into another world, but I'm King Kong and there are no blondes.
There are no blondes on the quest.
The goddess is blonde!
to find the blonde.
Dude, the goddess is blonde.
The goddess.
So he has to go on the Demon King slaying mission in order to get to the goddess.
God damn it!
Why are we writing this plot?
Why are we fueling this
talking
fire?
about?
Exactly.
Okay, so anyway, terrorist.
Terrorist.
So the entire group gets separated at different points of like you got Bakugo and Kirishima and Todoroki fighting off these two main terrorist guys.
One of them transforms into an Oni.
And then they go up another level and you've got the robots stopping basically everybody else. And
They look literally like non-licensed Daleks.
yeah.
From
And
Doctor Who.
finally you get Uraraka throwing Melissa and Deku in the air to go and get up to
Level 200.
level 200, and a whole bunch of stuff happens like that. That's literally just the entire plot for like 75% of it.
They're
of
going
just,
forward.
Move forward.
It's like an arcade game where it's like, all right, you defeated all the enemies here. Time to move forward. Why are you moving forward? Because you got to move forward.
And finally, we get to the area where the big boss is, and Deku starts to fight him. He's got a magnet power, and he's using that to stop Deku and all this stuff. He gets the device because it turns out Dave's assistant is a traitor. Okay.
Because
Who'd have thought? Because in the flashback before, he was in the shadow with his face covered,
who could
saying-
that be?
giving advice or with the suggestion of committing crime. to
Hear me
solve the
out.
issues.
What if we hire terrorists?
You know what?
We
not
wouldn't be
actual
evil,
terrorists.
right? That's not evil.
Because they're not actually terrorists. They'll be actors.
No, they're terrorists. So we get that, and that magnetic dude is just like, okay, awesome, I got the thing. Shoot this thing, and he just shoots them.
He literally pulls out, like, this guy with magnet powers that could, like, do a bunch of crazy stuff. He just pulls out a gun and shoots them both.
Yeah,
Because what's more threatening
That
than
is
actual
hilarious.
magic?
that is still hilarious to me. I will say that. I was mentioning this while watching the movie. That is the funniest thing in the world. Of guy with overpowered power has gun.
Has gun.
I just like how the assistant immediately got shot. Like
Here's your reward!
Like, in all fairness, like, consider how funny that is. Of like, even in season 3, the next season we're watching, there's a guy who has like a. He's literally got
Chemical weapon.
I have World War I chemical warfare quirk. Also a gun.
Also a gun. It's not World War One themed.
It's not World War One themed. No, seriously, just imagine for a second. You're a supervillain. You're fighting. You're a superhero. You're fighting a supervillain, and the supervillain is like, "Yes, I have super strength, invulnerability, and a desert eagle."
To be fair, if Superman started carrying a gun, kryptonite would not be his weakness anymore.
Imagine a Superman with a sawed-off shotgun.
A sawed-off shotgun.
I can blast you away with my strength, my heat vision, or my sawed-off.
I had to kill cows when I was a
Or
kid.
the shorty.
I had to kill cows. I know how to make it clean.
This turns out, Pa Kent was just that one farmer in Napoleon Dynamite.
Always gets jammed.
No, let's get jammed.
In front of a busload
Clark
of kids.
was on the bus.
No, Clark was on the bus. I now know what I must do.
I now know what I must do. Wear pajamas and bring a sawed-off.
Cow farming. Cow farming.
Cow tipping.
A thing you can do both in the country and the city.
That power kind of reminds me of, or like that whole like idea of like, oh, I have this crazy power, but I'm gonna use this simple conventional weapon. It
Yeah.
reminds me of the Part 3 villain Alessi, or Part 3 JoJo villain Alessi, where he turns into a kid and he has an axe.
And he has
I also have an axe.
But that's different. That's like my superpower does this weirdly specific thing. So to work with it, I have an axe.
To pair with it properly, I'm gonna be an axe murderer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna cosplay Jack Nicholson.
I was gonna say, in all fairness, what it is it's plenty scary for like I've got an unconventional power and I use this weapon to counteract help me be a little stronger. That's one thing. It's funny and also freaky if you have like somebody who's way too overpowered
Where it
and just
doesn't make
has
sense.
a weapon like that.
Yeah, where it doesn't make sense.
Imagine Darkseid pulling out a knife. Like a normal knife.
Darkseid pulling out a
a
strap.
combat knife.
Combat knife. And he's just passing it back and forth. Let's go, Man of Steel.
Lets you see how your Man of Steel fares against my steel of knife.
You know what this reminds me of now? This reminds me of just, like, immediately the image I get in my mind is Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali just pulls out a gun.
And
Go
guess
ahead,
what?
Superman,
Muhammad
punch him,
Ali
punch him.
won. In that fight, Muhammad Ali won.
He hit him with the Muhammad Shuffle.
Pause.
Or the Ali Shuffle. Whichever one it's fucking called.
Shinsu, we're recording.
At least
I have to watch Aaron beat the shit out of Arvin. Hold on.
I mean, it is.
Do you want to see an image of Superman getting beat the shit out of by Muhammad Ali?
Oh hell yeah! Look at that!
When I said that, I meant it was an actual thing.
Hell yeah!
Golden Age is just...
He's not getting
Look
the
at
shit.
Batman! Look at Batman the bottom.
loses.
He's not getting the shit beaten out of him.
He
Batman-
loses.
It's just a title copy. Or
Batman would bet on Muhammad Ali winning.
Yeah,
He would.
because he would have done his research.
Yeah, 70...
He would also be. He would also secretly have kryptonite.
72-page book features Superman teaming up with the heavyweight boxing champion Muhammad Ali to defeat an alien invasion of Earth.
This is a weird My Hero movie.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's not any weirder than the time when Superman made a snuff film.
Oh God, I do not need to know that at all. Please do not show it or bring it up at all, please.
Want to know who he banged?
No.
Big Barda.
No.
Anyways,
Would.
One sec.
God damn it, man.
No, I'm not getting that. Her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's who he banged. Yeah. Anyway, so
What the fuck? Now imagine that without the sad music. But it like, you replace it with like triumphant music. Hell yeah! Oh, he ate a chip, but then it turned out to... Oh, that's good. That's a good detail right there. That's good. At least turn down the volume, man.
okay, what I was gonna say.
Shut up.
So we get the whole thing of Big Bad has gun. He's trying to kill Mr. Shield. He's trying to do all this stuff. He decides to kidnap David for some reason and take the machine, which what it does is enhance his quirks.
Because that's the thing that needs to be done. enhancing quirk.
Why did you make this? Because All Might's losing his quirk, so I gotta make sure he can still use that quirk. If that quirk is lost, then what will we do? Deku sitting in the back. I can't say anything. I can't say anything.
Oh, fuck.
Because I'm a protagonist, and I gotta make the plot harder.
that is what a lot of characters do too, where it's just like, I'm gonna withhold information just to make the plot more complex and difficult and stupid. There's a bombing happening outside.
Nope, it's nice knowing you guys.
I wonder if
It was not nice knowing you guys.
I hated both of you.
I was gonna trying to remember. I was gonna say it's. I'm gonna say that right now. There's so many fucking plots in anime where that is kind of the point of it. Of here's the protagonist.
Not saying
Things
the
are
quick
happening
thing.
that are pushing the plot forward because we can't ever have good things happen.
It's like in the sequel to a movie where like two characters fall in love or whatever, get together, and then the next one there's something that happened that caused them to fall out of love, and literally all they had to do was have an adult conversation.
There's one anime. I won't name it so that you don't get spoiled. But there's spoiled. But there is one anime where there is a character who does something just honestly to advance the plot, where it's like you're gonna hate them by the end of the show
For just being that much of an idiot.
Like they die in the show, and people have said like, you know what? It's the one person I don't care about. That's the one person I'm honestly, if I could bring a character back, not them.
I'm okay with it. Jinsu, is there a character in a show or anything that you would bring back, that you wouldn't bring back, but is like a hero character because of their stupid decisions?
Goku.
the main one to choose.
I was gonna say, I've heard people say that of Ace from One Piece.
Ace.
You wouldn't bring back Ace.
I've heard a lot of people say they would not want to bring back Ace because the way that he just ran in and died to a Yo Daddy joke pissed people off.
What?
Your dad is shit. The fuck did you say about Whitebeard?
Oh.
Like, it's just Aokiji Akainu.
Yeah.
It's just Akainu just saying the exact thing that he wanted to get Ace to come back.
But yeah, there's
fight
that. There's a character way off in Naruto that people have said that about. I won't mention what's up with it, but yeah, that one where it's just like, you know what?
Character in Naruto.
Fuck that guy.
But,
No, there's a lot of characters people want back. But there's one character I remember where they were like, you know what? Fuck that guy. And so anyway, with my hero.
So like the guy takes the power, he takes the thing, becomes more powerful.
He goes in a helicopter. Flies up.
We get one of All Might's one actual confirmed kills.
As All Might runs up a building and crashes the helicopter, saving David, not saving the pilot.
Because the pilot's a terrorist.
Technically, it's 2 kills because there were 2 guys there.
Yeah, there was the
in the
pilot,
front,
and then a terrorist, and then the main terrorist.
Yeah. So,
And only the main terrorist gets out.
yeah, because he boosts his powers using the machine.
Ooh.
And then this is basically final battle moment of you get All Might fighting the big bad guy. It's revealed he has multiple quirks. Turns out he was sent to kill All Might by All for One. And so massive fight happens. All Might starts losing. And then Deku teams up with him, and they have
Their father-son fight.
their father-son Kamehameha and kill the bad guy.
Also known as Detroit Smash. Man,
Double Detroit Smash.
All it took was a father-son combo to finally get rid of Detroit.
Father-son combo. What does the son do? He reaches back, getting ready to punch. What does the father do? He flexes his dick, ready to punch.
His third arm will proceed to punch.
That is still the goofiest image, and I love it. Like, the image of All Might flexing, getting ready to double Detroit Smash is hilarious.
Oh my god, no, Jinsu, go back to what you were looking at that. I hate how much it lines up too well that from Chainsaw Man Makima and from Adventure Time Princess Bubblegum have too much in common. Where they manipulate a blonde teenager.
And they have the same haircut.
And they go through terrible adventures, going through literal hell.
A boy and his dog.
A boy and his dog. Both of them, yes. And then there was the one that was actually the coward.
The goth who's in love with the main pink-haired girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
And then technically you also got Best Girl. Just turns out that the goth and Best Girl are the same character.
Yep.
Anyway.
So they father-son Detroit
Kamehameha.
smash. They destroyed Detroit, and
It wasn't hard.
it wasn't hard. It was already falling apart. But so they defeat him, and there's one shot that when they're about to do the final hit, where All Might's running, and we see him running from behind, and then Deku shows up right behind him and starts matching his speed.
That's another image I love. It's so goofy.
I just need like a gif of it where it's just constantly going back and forth. It's just repeating.
I feel the second movie has like best animation that like is consistently really good. First movie has spots of great animation with that one goof. Like, you know what I mean?
The one moment where Deku's just like,
No, I'm saying the first movie has the moment of goof of like those.
Oh, the two running.
Yeah, the running and then the posed up.
Now
The
the pose is amazing.
Yeah, lat spread. But
that's
then there's
good.
the third movie where it has that definite silly moment of like, this is really cool. I'm now standing still punching.
Like, it's the difference between Deku doing that and then watching Luffy do that. They
Yeah.
both doing the same kind of attack where they're standing there just punching, but obviously one is a bit more entertaining to watch than.
Yeah.
That doesn't clarify which one you don't enjoy.
It's Deku's. But Luffy's is actually like
He's
multiple.
talking,
You
he's
see
talking
it
about
everywhere.
He's talking about Fishman Island, full on.
The Gatling gun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gatling.
Yeah.
Well, just
Third gear Gatling. Yeah.
Just Gatling in general just looks better every single time more than just Deku doing that stupid attempt.
I think it's animated
Luffy's got
better.
some great.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I think with My Hero they try animating it too detailed and
And
it
too
looks,
literally.
Yeah, and it looks a little off, but
That's
One Piece, the way they animate it, it looks accurate to like how fast it would actually be.
Yeah,
to,
how it would
like,
actually look.
How much force is behind each impact, whereas My Hero is too busy going.
It's like from Deku's perspective compared to from everyone else's perspective to Luffy.
Right.
that's
yeah.
weird to acknowledge as well, considering that's a 10-year difference.
It is, but it's a movie and different art style and different direction for animation.
Also, Toei, so they've got their two that they love.
And then there's Deku.
I was gonna say, it's fair enough though. Of like when it comes to Toei, it's like, okay, what are your two that you love? Dragon Ball, One Piece. We're going to put every ounce of money into One Piece and occasionally Dragon Ball.
And then there's Mappa, which does too much.
Then there's Mappa, which is the one that's going lit on fire as they're animating.
Their arm is literally melting like flesh from bone.
You ever seen that gif of like the dude smashing the keyboard and then just like his arms going away and shit?
What? No.
It's a stick. It's a stick drawing.
Oh, okay.
Like the stick drawing going away, starts beating the keyboard with his head. That's Mappa animators.
And then
They disintegrate by the time they're done.
they do that, and then it turns out to be one of the greatest things you've ever seen.
It's the greatest thing you've ever seen, and then 12 people online are pissed off and saying they want it redone.
They want it redone while literally millions of people just go, wow, I will give you money to make more of this.
So yeah, later on we're watching Hell's Paradise. Anyway, we get the father-son Kamehameha.
Me at 3 a.m.
Enemies beat. Happy ending. That's literally it.
It's a storybook ending. It's a nice little
This is
adventure.
one of the simplest movies.
Yeah, that it just finishes like literally they beat the villain and then movie ends.
Yeah, honestly, it ends quick.
Like even though like right before we get like a teaser for actually seeing All for One.
Honestly, now that we're done, what did you guys think of this movie?
It was a fun like when it felt like a DLC.
Yeah.
where like you're in the main map
No,
of the game.
it felt like Pokemon DLC.
Pokemon DLC, where it's just like it just added just enough for you to just go, wow,
That was fun.
I spent $20.
Shut up! I spent $20.
What did you think, Jinsu, from what you saw from this movie? What did you think of the movie? It could be literally
You
anything.
watched a movie?
It could be literally anything. It does not matter. As long as you speak.
I like Melissa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The first legal character of the show!
I'd love to mention this little fact for you guys. I won't say where, but there's an element of this movie that became canon because of the manga.
Uh-huh.
And everybody thought, so it's a character. Everybody thought, okay, if the movie becomes canon, it has to be like Melissa, or it has to be Dave, it has to be
Something very direct and obvious.
very direct.
The island.
I won't say where, but of all things to make it canon, it was that little girl in the beginning. But yeah, no, it's of all things to be canon, it's that little girl.
The little girl that showed up in the beginning was the thing to show that this was canon.
Yeah, you know which little girl I mentioned, right? It's that one that All Might saves.
Yeah, from the
In California.
Yeah, in California. That's hilarious.
The one who's hugging her little sister. Yeah.
Wait a second. Is that what's her face?
Who?
The Stars and Stripes? Ah, you bitch!
Dude. Isn't that hilarious?
That is very much hilarious, and I can't believe that. But
yeah, no, it was. I think if I remember correctly, it was a whole setup of like they mentioned when it comes to Stars and Stripe, of
she was saved.
She was saved. Was inspired by All Might. Went on to discover she's got a crazy fucking quirk that you don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
And now she's the #1 hero in America.
And so that was the first My Hero Academia movie. What's next, Duke?
What is next? Next up is season 3.
Season 3.
Which includes the 2 parts, which are summer camp.
Summer camp.
Which goes dark.
When are we watching Fairly Odd
And
Parents?
then, no, we're never watching Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
I'm going to be 100% vetoing that hard.
Nice.
Okay, here you can watch Fairly Odd Parents for the Patreon. But
we have to make it.
We have to make the Patreon, and also you have to review it from the last season all the way to the first.
What, in reverse? Why?
Because I want you to suffer.
It would not be in reverse.
I want you to suffer!
That's stupid.
Suffer!
No, that's dumb. I would at least suffer and make it make sense.
No, dude.
You're still playing music!
No, I'm not.
No, I'm gonna make you watch just every season where they had a bad gimmick.
So
like,
every season.
You're gonna watch the season with Sparky, the very problematic sounding dog. You're gonna watch the season with Chloe, where it was like, well, we have a fairy shortage, so I'm taking your fairy and giving it to a kid who doesn't fucking deserve it.
Man, Jinsu, if you ever need Duke to rant about something, just bring up Fairly Odd Parents.
Butch Hartman is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
There you go.
He claimed he could cure autism. He claimed he could cure autism with prayer.
Pray the gay away.
Pray the autism away is what he said. Dude, he's such a bitch!
What an unexpected ending.
What an unexpected ending. Okay,
I'm
final
gonna make
thoughts.
him go ghost.
Final thoughts, and then your thought with Mayhem.
Jinsu, what's your final thing to say about this movie? It's said.
I don't. Is this movie canon to the plot?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's like half.
Yeah, it's like there's elements of it that are definitely canon, like 100%.
Right.
And then there's like maybe slots in the timeline. Okay.
Okay.
That it's just when it happens might not.
It's like
actually
that
be
the
where
fight
it happens.
with All Might Deku versus the final boss. That's maybe not canon, but the rest of it is canon.
So you were saying, Jinsu?
So anyway.
So Melissa's canon.
Exactly, actually.
Oh, that's funny.
Your final thoughts, Mayhem?
I like there's a thing whenever like a superhero gets like powers up, like get power ups and all that kind of stuff, and I'm over here just like, why do they make it one time use? Oh, that's right, they don't want him to get
Movie.
too overpowered.
Yeah.
And also, why didn't they just make it a field trip?
Uh,
That's just my
I don't know.
question. It's just why didn't they make this a field trip?
my final thought, honestly, if you can find it on a streaming service, have fun. If not, don't worry about it.
It's
Have fun
actually
with
a
the
good
show
idea.
itself.
Watch the movies after you get to season 6 for a step back in time, and you can enjoy My Hero while not being depressed.
This one you watch after season 2.
No.
And then you watch both the other movies after season 5. That's legit the timeline.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway, thought with mayhem.
My thought is why
What overpowered character would do well with a gun?
why wouldn't
All right.
And what
Godzilla.
kind? And what kind?
Godzilla
give him a, what was it? Desert Eagle.
50 PMG.
Just
Yeah.
imagine. I got you, motherfucker. Just a tiny hand, just grabbing a little gun. That's a Desert Eagle.
There's no recoil because it's a giant monster.
Wait, but he would. Oh yeah. He's RoboCop. He's fucking RoboCop with his fucking big ass head.
One dig.
I watched RoboCop yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. That movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It holds up to today.
Original or remake?
It has
Original,
the
the first one.
It has the condition of the first one being great, and then literally none of them else ever comparing.
I mean, what else can you expect, honestly? But the writing was good. The action and the pacing with the drama felt balanced, and I was super invested. And I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
they blew his fucking hand off.
So what you're saying is that movie is not My Hero at all. The My Hero movie at
It's
all.
my hero.
RoboCop is my hero.
RoboCop is my hero.
Can I go to his
RoboCop
academy?
is My Hero Academia.
Every time Deku gets close to saying the title, every time he gets close to saying it, I just start getting excited because I'm just like, this will be the moment that everybody will kill themselves.
For me, it's so funny because the English voice actor for Midoriya the English voice actor for Midoriya, I think he started with TFS.
Dude,
He did
he's
the
Cloud in Machina
yeah,
Bridge.
yeah, in the Final Fantasy VII Machina Bridge, he's Cloud, and it was so weird because I saw his name in the credits of it and everything, and I think I saw Scott or Kaiser Neko. He was talking
Promotion
about it.
for it or something like
I
that.
forgot. He was
Behind
talking.
the
I
scenes.
think
He did something.
some behind the scenes thing, and he mentioned the guy's name, and then when fucking My Hero comes out, and I look at the credits, I
you
see
see
his
the
name, and
name?
I'm like,
Wait a
no
minute.
way.
That is
And
hilarious.
It
then
is so
I
fun.
play another episode of Machina Bridge, and I hear it, and I'm like, holy fuck! He really just fucking is Midoriya.
He is able to do a teenage protagonist voiced.
This is the reason why I like watching so many of these dubs, because every so often you get a moment where you get fully shell-shocked of, that's a TFS person. My favorite still is just going man, this is a great anime. I wonder who the main character is. Oh, that's Chris Guerrero. I'm gonna plant me a dumbass tree.
Yeah, I keep hearing the voice actor for the English Bruno, and I keep thinking it's Kaiser Neko, and I'm like, huh?
It's still the funniest thing in the world, though, for me, of, I think the first time I had seen Chris Guerrero was from Overlord, I believe, and then I went to watch the Cooler movie and went, wait a minute. That's so funny.
Whoops.
Motherfucker. It's just so funny of just, that you go from, oh, yes, I am an ultimate magician with all this power, to, I'm gonna plant me a dumbass tree.
That's your favorite Cooler quote.
Yes. Because guess what? It is the greatest quote. When Cooler was first revealed for Fighters, the first thing people said was, he's got the dumbass tree move!
Got the move!
They didn't even just say the move. They called it the dumbass tree move.
Yes.
But yeah, so thoughts with mayhem.
It was the gun.
Oh yeah.
We did it.
So who overpowered with gun? Who would you pick?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Okay.
and then Jinsu picked All Might.
I'm still of the camp of Darkseid. Just
Darkseid.
flat out Darkseid. No, even better, give him a weak ass gun. Give him a gun where it could
About 22.
It could kill at most like a person with like a terrible immune system. And like that's it.
I need to go to
Give
the
him
gym.
like give him Thanos level of petty.
I need to go to the gym and get so buff that I can shoot Desert Eagle and have no recoil.
Well, there's our
Bam!
In all fairness, imagine for a second Darkseid walking by and just shooting a cancer victim with like a what's one of the weakest guns?
22.
A .22
A
millimeter.
.22.
Because those bullets are literally like little pins.
Imagine a .22 kills a cancer victim and it's just like, bitch, and walks away going back to Apocalypse.
Man, Warner Brothers really started getting weird with it.
Thanos being a dick is the most fun thing ever. Let Darkseid be a dick.
Let him be just as petty.
Let him be just as petty. So season 3 is next.
How
Season
would
3.
that even sound? Like you fucking ping him with little things like, I think it's like a feeble gasp. Because what the fuck else is left of him?
The best part is I like to imagine that it was less him firing the gun. It's more he like pushed it with his thumb and then launched the bullet with that.
It just completely dry
Like he
fired it.
crushed the gun. Like he fully
Squeezed
crushed
it out.
He fully crushed the gun and it just went through the kid's head. And it's just
All right, then. With the murder of cancer victims out of the way, if you liked what you've heard from us, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye. Anything to add, Jinsu? Scary face.
when do we do reviews of scary movies?
When do we review the most scariest thing of all, Jinsu's Instagram feed?
When you're not afraid of our channel being terminated.
It would be heavily terminated after, like, the first scroll.
Yeah.
Goodbye!
pretty
See ya! Holy shit!
If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.